Hi, good afternoon.
Hi.
So we're back here, and then today is our inaugural day of Humaura. So we are basically here to cover, be the ground for and a platform for all the movie buffs. We all love movies. We enjoy movies. We always look for an exit to actually talk about movies in our busy schedule. Sometimes we even have a hard time to even figure out which movie to watch, even though we have somehow made some time to go watch a movie, and that's usually a struggle too, right?
Yeah.
So first of all, making time to watch a movie is a big deal, and then having that interest, obviously we all have that interest, and it's an outlet from our regular life. And once we come through these two main hurdles, the next thing is, what do we watch? We have so many options, especially being Indians. We not only have American, Western music, not music, movies to watch, but we also have Telugu, Hindi, Malayalam, Kannada, various languages, Urdu, Pakistani dramas, a lot of the things that we have options for. We tend to sometimes feel like a kid in a candy store. So our goal of this Hamara is to kind of enlighten, share our knowledge from our perspective of the folks who actually seen the movies. So the folks who are actually connecting via WebEx or Hangout sessions, feel free to call us. We've done a session last week about reviewing a couple of movies. We'll kind of let you know as to which movies that we've talked about last time, and it's a group of Dallas movie buffs who've actually started this and who are also the participants predominantly. So it's just like the movie, just like the group sounds like Dallas movie buffs. So we all are movie watchers. So do you want to? You were here last time too, right?
Yes, I was.
So what did we talk about? So before we get started, we just want to make sure that movies are strictly personal opinions of if I talk about a movie, it's my perception, it's
Pregnant?
my opinions and my views on a movie. So take it with that perspective. If she talks about a movies, it's her opinion, and then so are our callers or any other people who interact with us on this show. So our main mission is to basically share the knowledge of what we've seen and perhaps give you some insight if you are one of those who are wanting to go see a movie and you're struggling to find out which one's good for you, and if you feel like you want to chat with us about the movies that you have seen. So what did we talk about last time, right? Bahubali was one of them?
Yes, we talked about Bahubali, Bajrangi Bhaijaan, and I also did a review on Ant-Man. All three are really good movies. Yeah.
So, by the way, my name is Parimala, and
I'm Sahiti.
So we both are here today, and we also have Srinivas Dasu, who's joined us and is saying hi to us. So we also would like to say hi to you. Welcome to the Humaura Dallas Buff groups. And so you want to get started?
Yes.
So the first thing that comes to my mind is Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
That, just like the movie, we want to start out with that movie just because this is also our inaugural session, right? So we also want to make it feel like this is a mission that's not impossible, that could be carried through on a weekly basis. And we will be doing this on a weekly basis around 11 o'clock, or actually on at 11 o'clock. Same time, same place, same location. If you have the WebEx or the Hangout link, this is exactly how you join us. Please do share this information with your other movie buff friends. So the more interaction that we have, the better it is. But going back to that disclaimer, it's all our opinion to share our opinions. So Mission Impossible, I saw that movie yesterday.
Yeah.
And out of the 5 series, the Rogue Nation is called. Tom Cruise did a phenomenal job. And we also, before we dive into Mission Impossible, we just wanted to give you a heads up as to a couple of movies that we'll be talking about today. One of them is Paper Towels.
Paper Towns.
And Sahiti will be talking about that. Yes. Mission Impossible is one of them. And Drusyam is another movie which is in Telugu and in Malayalam. So those are the three movies that we'll be actually reviewing today. And the users can also call in. Yeah. Do you want anything to say?
Paper Towns was, I know that Mission Impossible was the big movie released this week, but Paper Towns was also highly looked forward to by the teenage audience mostly, because it's based off of the novel by John Green, who also wrote The Fault in Our Stars, which had a lot of recognition. So, yeah. It was a really good movie.
Would you recommend that for any age?
I would recommend that mostly for the young adult teenage audience. Adults would like it too, but I wouldn't recommend it for people under 13 years old.
13 years old.
Yeah.
Is it almost like a comedy?
It's like comedy, drama. It's a little bit of everything. Yeah.
Awesome. The storyline was good as well.
It was very good. It was good.
So entertaining overall.
Yeah, yes, it is.
Entertaining. So that's a good movie to go watch. Any other ones that you might have seen or your sister might have seen?
Yeah, Pixels came out recently. Oh, also adding to Paper Towns. The storyline's very, very. It's a complicated storyline. It has a lot of twists in it. There's a lot of famous actors too, like Nat Wolff, Cara Delevingne. The movie centers around a boy and a girl who grew up together since they were young, and it's their adventures. And when the girl goes missing, all the friends go on an adventure to go find her and learn a lot of life lessons on the way. So, yeah, it's a good movie.
And it came out really well. The flow of it, the speed of it.
It was very close to the book.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Any other movies?
Yeah,
that are famous?
Pixels. It got a lot of mixed reviews, but I heard it was funny overall. It has a lot of comedians like Jack Black and Adam Sandler. Yeah, I heard it was very funny.
Yeah. So we have yet to see that. So that's on our list to do for next week, hopefully. Yes. And so we also have Drusyam movie to talk about. Should we talk about Mission Impossible a little bit, or call Sri, and he'll be able to talk about the Drusyam. So let's just Sri, you want to come join us? There's so many decisions to make, and one of the decisions that Sri made was to go see Drusyam.
Yes. Yeah.
So tell us about Drusyam.
Drusyam is a very nice movie.
Telugu, I assume?
No, it's Hindi, right?
Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah. So
I think the Telugu came in like last year sometime.
Okay.
With Venkatesh and Meena, and this time it's in Bollywood with Ajay Devgan and Shriya.
Is it the same story?
Oh, yeah, pretty much same story.
Just different
same
cast.
Everything, and different location, different casting. Except that pretty much same story.
But not a dubbing, no dubbed movie.
No, it's a remake.
Oh, remake. Oh wow! And I heard that it's also in Malayalam.
Right. Actually, it started in Malayalam with Mohanlal and I don't know the heroine. Jeetu Joseph. He wrote the story and directed it, and he should be really appreciated. It's the story wise, it's like very small plot, and it just happened in a small family. And even when you see like Bollywood movies, like there will be like there is no in this particular movie there is no action, there is no masala, and it's all like it's a family drama.
Oh, so families can go watch together.
Exactly. It's a highly emotional movie. So lot of family values, like especially.
Wow.
So.
Which reminds us that last week was also a very emotional movie.
Right, exactly. Bajrangi Bhaijaan. Yeah. This particular movie tells you like how the family survived, like in a crisis situation. How family leads out of that. So how they fight, even with the judiciary system, legal law and order, and so the emotion is like very high, and it's yeah, everybody should watch. And since like I've already watched the Telugu movie, I know what's happening.
Yeah.
So I was looking at other people, like how they are reacting.
Oh wow.
So in the second half, there is like a lot of emotion. So like I was watching like everybody like at the edge of their seat, and they were going through the emotions. And even in the climax scene, I mean, nobody like there is a very beautiful twist.
Oh,
so
did you find the twist different from the
it's
Telugu
the same
one?
thing.
It's
No,
the same
yeah,
twist.
it's the
Oh,
same
okay.
thing. Yeah.
So you know how our Telugu movies, how we die to look for the comedies in it, right?
Right,
Did
right.
it carry the comedy well in the
Yeah,
Hindi too?
right. Yeah, pretty much. It has subtle comedy, and one important thing is like it is the primary actor. He's a movie buff.
I mean, within the role itself in the movie.
Right.
Wow.
And he's like he runs a cable company, cable movies. So he give cable connections to all the people in the village, and he runs all the movies.
Okay.
And he watches every single movie.
Oh.
And even though he watches like tons of times, so he won't stop it. He won't stop watching the same movie.
He sounds like me.
Yeah, exactly. He sounds like us.
Just like us.
Yeah, just like Dallas movie buffs.
Yeah.
He's like another movie buff, and that is the I mean, the plot is very interesting.
Yeah.
So like in the real life situation, he takes help from the movies.
Oh wow! So there you go. Another reason to go watch a movie because
exactly.
What did people used to say? Watch Mahabharata and it'll give you solutions to the problems in life.
Right.
I kind of think movies are kind of not only an outlet; it kind of puts us in a scenario where we could have been there, or we probably were there at one point.
It really tells the importance of movie in our real life. He's like a fourth grade dropout.
Oh.
And he fights against Inspector General of Police.
Oh.
So they thought like he's like very small guy, but finally he succeeded.
Oh, wow. It's a good storyline.
Right, yeah.
So family can go watch it. It's a family-based movie.
Definitely.
So I wonder if we are actually talking about movies, I hate to actually spill the beans and be the first one to expose you to the movie storyline or the climax scene. So at least in our reviews, I'm hoping I won't share that information and just give you just the opinion of what the reviews look like.
We don't want to spill the beans.
Yeah. And so the actors, did you find them comparable to Venkatesh and Meena, or did they do a better job?
Definitely.
Ajay Devgan is a dashing star.
Right. And I mean, he's like an action hero, but in this, he's like totally like a family guy.
Oh wow!
And like when I was watching Telugu and Hindi, like I saw one difference.
Yeah.
Like when it is like Telugu movie, we import characters.
Yes.
So like the heroine was from like Tamil Nadu.
Yes.
And I don't think she do her voice. And the other important role was the Inspector General. She's Nadia. She don't have a clue like what is Telugu. She might have been telling in the ABCD in the dubbing time.
Okay.
And when you see Hindi, the Inspector General role was played by Tabu. So she's like a Hindi. Very excellent actor. And again, like heroine Shriya, she's like a glamour role from when you see in Telugu Tollywood perspective, but in here like she got very good role. I mean you can really listen to her actual voice.
Yes.
So like when you go to Bollywood, like there you can see all our actors going from here to there, and you can see their real voice there.
Oh wow!
And I really like Shriya first time. Rather than all Telugu movies.
Oh wow! Right. So it's probably because we could hear her voice.
Exactly.
The voice and the action.
That really integrates more action from her. Like it will be very good output.
Wow.
So I mean, in Telugu movies, it will be she had mostly like glamorous roles.
Yeah.
So here, like this is very good role. Even Meena, she did very good, and Nadia also she did very good in a couple of emotion scenes. And being a inspector general, she should be like more powerful.
Okay.
I saw that in Nadia rather than Tabu.
Oh.
But Tabu, she acted in emotional scenes better. Right.
Since give
Right,
their strengths
right,
and
right.
weakness. I don't know if the character is supposed to be that way or if the acting came out that way.
Right.
So, have you seen Mission Impossible?
Yes, I did.
Yes.
What about you?
I did too.
Oh, good.
So I used to watch Mission Impossible back in the 70s when they did rerun because it was a TV series first.
Okay.
I think the TV series came like in 1966 to 1973. And when they would play in the 80s as a rerun, just that the theme music used to drive us to just watch. Kind of like the Chips Patrol back in the 70s too. So I thought I'll ask you what you thought about it. I thought it was a good movie that kept up with the thematic pace and then the speed that they have set forth in the previous 1, 2, 3, and 4. Even the Ghost. What was that? Ghost Protocol. That's it. Right. Ghost Protocol. I thought they kept up with the pace of it. Tom Cruise did exceptionally good. He's 53, and then Ferguson was 31. The chemistry between them was completely fine.
Right. I really loved Ferguson.
Yeah. She's Swedish British kind of look, feel. I don't think I've ever seen her in a major role before this movie.
Exactly. But it's the first time. She did really good.
I agree. I think this is her turning point, you might want to say.
And Jeremy is the new addition to this Mission Impossible series.
That's correct.
So he is good, but he's like more at administration level.
That's right.
And I like
Alec Baldwin.
Yeah, he did really good
You
too.
can't deny his looks. And overall, the interesting aspect, I have a couple of points on this movie. Sure. I thought usually we were talking about female glamorous roles. In this movie, we've actually seen the story is basically the IMF, Mission Impossible. They're getting this project, and this Tom Cruise is obviously going after the syndicate, mythological concept of the syndicate. To explore that. I don't want to give away too much to our audiences here, but same theme of trying to go get the bad guys versus good guys. Let's go save.
It's pretty much same Mission Impossible template. So it has the routine chases. And the important thing is there will be one secret mission.
There will be a secret mission that we all have to go, and the friends would be helping them.
Exactly.
So and teamwork.
And, a lot of nail biting situations.
In this movie, I thought Ferguson got an equal active role compared to Tom Cruise.
And she saves him. She saves Tom Cruise.
Yeah, and then in this movie, we won't know whether she's on his side or working on his side or not. But at the same time, she's the trigger puller in the movie. You could definitely see that she had an active, important role, that she carried it well too, not just on a glamorous way. And if you talk about taking your family with to a movie, then it had very partial nudity. It was only just one scene. You can't even tell. You can blink and it'll be gone. So you can definitely take your family PG-13.
Yeah, exactly.
And the action adventure movie, among the movies that we have just been released, I would say this one probably kept you in your seat to watch the movie. And
I want to bring my D-Box experience.
Sure.
Have you watched in D-Box?
No, I have not.
Oh yeah, this is the D-Box. I'll give a small introduction.
Okay.
D-Box, it was introduced by Canadian company 20 years back, and it's there in theme parks, it's virtual reality kind of rides. It's there in theme parks and video games. And it's introduced in movies in 2009 with the Fast and Furious.
Okay.
There are only few theaters in it. and particularly D-Box, you will be involved in the movie.
Oh.
So when the movie starts with like airplane thing, like he was like at the door, and your seat will be like shaking.
Oh, wait, some theaters actually have D-Box.
Right,
so
right.
when I go to theater, I look for D-Box.
Cinemark has D-Box.
Okay.
And they have only like 20 seats.
Okay.
And only like new movies have D-Box.
Okay.
And they go to like regular movies later. So you have parallelly regular theaters and D-Box theaters. So when there is the action scenes, your seat will, vibrate and it will incline.
Okay.
When there is a bike chases.
Oh, you were actually riding the motorbike.
Exactly. You feel like you are riding it. And not only that, when there is action scenes, when somebody is hitting you, you feel the punch.
Oh my, I don't know if I want to do that.
It's not like physically, it's like just the seat will vibrate. Just like virtual reality rides in Disney and Universal Studios.
Wow, I did not know that. So
hey, Parimala, did you watch the bruises on RJ's face?
I was just noticing that, and then I was wondering what happened. Why is his face a little puffy today?
Yeah, even I was wondering. Yeah, so he got beaten up by Tom Cruise.
I know, and no wonder he liked Ferguson because she probably looked at him. And he felt the look.
Hey, I guess Swati also has joined. Maybe if she could chip in about something on the Hindi variant of Drusyam after you are done with Mission Impossible.
Sure. Okay. Google Hangout.
Yeah, Swati, please join the Google Hangout so that you can give your input on Drusyam. And I will give one more insight on D-Box, like how it works. It has like a regular, the seat is like it drives with a power drive mode. So it takes the input from the movie. Wherever there is action scenes, it takes the input and it simulates the experience.
Wow.
So it moves in all directions pretty much. And when there is a long shot, like landscaping mode, so your seat will go down slowly. So you feel like you are moving with the camera.
Oh, wow.
This is a beautiful experience. And it kept me like enjoy the action scenes
very much.
I really loved it.
So we cry during movies when the actors cry. We laugh when they laugh. Now we can also feel the punches and then the movements of it. Right. Oh, wow.
I definitely recommend watching this movie in D-Box.
D-Box?
Yeah.
So when I go to a theater, if I'm booking tickets online, do I just look for D-Box? Is that the word that I look for?
D-Box, currently Cinemark is having it. The theater I went is on 75 and Legacy.
Legacy, okay.
Cinemark Plano.
Yeah.
Cinemark Plano.
I'll watch for that next time.
There are like two theaters. They have 2 theaters and they have 20 seats.
20 seats.
2 in the front and 18 in the back.
Oh, wow.
In the middle. And they are better seats. It has more extra cushion, extra leather for your.
Because you said action, I wanted to go to at the beginning of the movie. I don't want to ruin the scenes, but at the beginning of the movie, you have to have this punch and starting, right? So it starts out with Tom Cruise chasing a plane to open a door of a plane so that he can actually push himself inside the airplane. And that was a beautiful scene.
Right.
And so if you really think about it, I've read a couple of reviews. I don't have an opinion on it because I'm still trying to ponder. So I'm sure if you have an opinion, just do share. And it's just our opinion, basically, very informal. The movie opening of it, the opening scene was great, but there's also a little bit chatter about that. If you really think about it, that after that scene was over, it was nowhere related to the rest of the movie.
Right.
It was kind of like it was like a bam entrance, but it didn't really correlate to the next scene or how it ties into the rest of the story. So
it's just icebreaker.
Yeah, it's an icebreaker. So I thought, was it supposed to be at the end to give us some leeway or kind of like little clues for the next series, or did they just take that part? Did they intend for it to be later, but then they took that part and then actually passed it up front?
Right.
I'm not sure, but either way, it's a phenomenal scene, whether it goes in the front or at the back. But that's something little that was kind of like the transition wasn't really very great, even though the scene itself was really good.
I have one question.
Sure.
So in all these series, which one you like the most?
I think I liked The first one for sure,
Sure,
just because
definitely. Right,
it's and then the third one I would say.
Okay, okay.
J.J. Adams did
J.J.
the third one.
Mhm.
I think that's when it started catching on to me
Right.
because the first two film I couldn't get out of the TV series mode. I couldn't get myself wrapped around the concept that it's not the same actors who are in the TV series.
Right,
So it took me a little bit longer to get accustomed to the movie series.
I like the first part obviously because it has the good start and everything. So it introduced. I have not seen the comic series, so that is my first time getting hooked to Mission Impossible series. The second part, John Woo directed it.
Yeah.
He's a great Hong Kong director, and he put like a lot of action and very good background scoring and a lot of cinematic effects. So that second part I really liked it.
And overall, I think Tom Cruise did a good job, right?
Exactly.
For his, he still looks good.
Right.
He could still carry the
Still
mission.
athletic, yeah, he's still carrying the mission. He knows what he's doing.
And he's not at least jumping on a couch and then saying, "Yay, I did it!" And then when he's actually carrying it, he's to be honest with you, he's not really shy to express.
Right.
Clearly, we've seen it at Oprah show that he wasn't really shy to express. But he did a fabulous job. And if I have to say, in this movie, there was Tom Cruise trying to get on a plane chase. There's motorbike rides, underwater, trying to fight to get to the syndicate, whatever.
Right.
And there's being punched by a bone doctor, and being chased by villains by in a almost like a semi-romantic scene with this lady, and then the comedy of Simon Pegg, a little bit of jokes in there. So I felt like the trust. It covered pretty much a lot of it without spoiling the movie or compromising the movie scene. The story isn't complicated either. Flow of it was
very
really
nice,
good.
very nice. It fit the template basically.
Yeah.
This time they introduced the CIA.
Yes.
So, so IMS beat CIA.
Yes, and at the end, I don't want to spoil it, but at the end was so phenomenal. There's a comedy in the end too. So
due to higher authorities, I cannot reveal the story.
Yes.
Just like
overall, the movie is good. So you can definitely take your family, and then it's a good summer tentpole movie compared to the other ones as well. You can just go and watch. And there's also Vacation that came at the same time as Mission Impossible. I don't think it did so well with the storyline or with the content or whatnot. So if you're looking for a great movie to watch and don't want to be disappointed, Mission Impossible will definitely make it possible for you. And we do have Swati who joined us. Swati, can you hear us?
It would be interesting to know because she might be watching Hindi for the first time and went back to maybe Telugu and Malayalam.
If you could unmute your line so that we could hear in case if you're speaking. Other movies that are happening right now, and Vacation was one of them. I have
2 weeks back, I saw one Tamil movie, Mari.
Mari?
It's acted by Dhanush, starring.
Oh, wow.
And no, Kajal Agarwal.
Kajal Agarwal.
In fact, Kajal Agarwal was talking to my friend. She said, like, watch this movie. And she did really good.
Okay.
She had good portion, good drama. And Mari is like, it's a Tamil masala movie.
Okay.
This guy Dhanush is like a very good with a good mass following. So this is like he like a local small town goon, and he just plays with all the small people. It's a very nice movie, like a routine kind of movie. So you cannot expect anything from that.
And I think out of the movies that were released yesterday. Mission Impossible was July the 31st date, and then Vacation was the other one, and
Drusyam is the
Drusyam is the other one. We also had a lot of people who have seen Ahalya. It's a short film, and when we talk about movies, just wanted to remind it's not just restricted to any language, and not only just the movies that we traditionally see in a theater, but we also talk about short films or any independent movies that come along. I know I have some friends who actually release movies, independent movies. She was there with me to see one of them. It's called Meet the Patels.
Meet the Patels. That was a funny movie.
It was a funny movie. It's taking an American-raised Indian and having their parents influence the concept of, no, you should marry someone from India itself, because there'll be a lot more traditional values inculcated into your future life or in your marriage life, and how he goes to India to try to find this particular caste within Gujarat, not only Gujarati language, but the caste within the language and the location on top of it, and trying to find that girl. He'll eventually, it's understanding of the folks who've been raised
They
here.
identify the potential locations in the map by like some kind of local tribes.
Yes.
And they want to focus on them.
Exactly.
So that was really funny.
You couldn't marry any Patel. You had to be certain type of Patel on certain type of in certain type of village with same caste. So it highlights the differences in opinion or how they perceive a marriage should be between the parents who actually moved here and have lived here, have seen the culture, know about the Western culture, but yet live in an Indian traditional lifestyle at home. And but the kids actually want to venture out and do what's right for them, and what feels right for them, because a typical Indian marriage might not, even though they're Indian, might not mesh well with a mental state, right? So that was a good movie. And we also have Swati, who joined us. Hi, Swati. If you could unmute your line so that we could hear. We'll get Swati back on. So talk about Ahalya. That's another short film. I haven't seen it yet, so I'm gonna. Have you seen it?
No, same here.
Same here. So that's a movie that we have to watch. It's in our to-do list. Everyone in our movie buff group have seen it. I think Srinivas had seen it.
Yeah. So yes, Parimala and RJ, I watched Ahalya. It's a great action thriller. It's a short movie. I believe the length is not more than 25 minutes. It is a great movie in terms of suspense, and which unfolds itself towards the last few scenes of the movie. And it is critically acclaimed movie because of the way of its slick narration, and then the props. I think it's all set in a single home. And it's beautifully done. And then I think Mr. Ghosh, who directed this movie, has been critically acclaimed. Even Amitabh Bachchan endorsed for this directorial skills. So I strongly recommend everyone watch this on the YouTube, and it is viral video on Facebook as well. So I strongly recommend you all to watch Ahalya. So that was
we'll catch up.
Yeah. And now we have Swati, I think. Swati, can you hear us?
I can. Can y'all hear me?
Yes. Hi, welcome to Humaura, the movie buff, Dallas movie buff group. So you want to talk to us about a movie that you've seen?
Absolutely. So just yesterday we saw the first, the premiere show of Drusyam, the Hindi version, of course. And just earlier this week I saw part of the Malayalam version.
Wow.
So it was a very different experience watching South Indian actors and then watching the Bollywood actors enact the same movie.
That's a good one, yeah.
And I think the storyline was really great from the suspense thriller perspective, and all the characters, all the cast was excellent. Whether it is in the Malayalam movie or the Hindi movie, both of them, I think the cast was just perfect, and I think that makes a huge difference in the suspense thrillers, because you do need a cast that can deliver the suspense moments.
That's right. If we have a cast who likes to tell the whole entire story with the eyes and then the actions, the movie would be ruined.
Right, right.
Right. And it's all about perspective. It's all about what you see versus what is real. And whatever you see is real for every individual. And that's what Drusyam is about. That's what my perspective.
So why was the since I didn't see the movie, why is it called Drusyam? Like the vision or?
Good point. I will let Swati will explain it.
So basically, from this is just my perspective, and I'm sure there'll be other thoughts.
Sure.
Each one of us sees something and we build an image in our mind.
Yeah.
Based on that image, we call it an experience.
Yeah.
If that image changes, our experience changes along with it. So as this crime had happened, or as this tragedy had taken place, the witnesses came one by one, and they gave him an alibi, saying, okay, this is where he was on the 2nd and 3rd October, or whenever the tragedy actually happened. And later on, they find out that he had created that whole scenario. He had played that entire plot, entire weekend over and over again, so that it was so firm in people's mind that even though they had never experienced it, because it was visual in front of them, they believed that it had happened.
Wow.
And they supported him, and as that happened, you realize that a crime is a crime to one person, but for the other person, it was a means of getting through life. Yeah.
Right.
So that's why it's Drusyam. Okay,
Right,
see.
yeah, visual memories. And there was one Kurosawa movie, and it tells about a murder scene, and there will be like multiple witness. Everybody will tell the story in their perspective.
Oh, yeah.
So it's all about like how you explain and how you can manipulate, basically, how these witnesses manipulate the story. So
I think at one point, Ajay Devgan says in the movie, he tells his family that the tragedy has already happened, okay,
Right.
long ago.
Yeah.
At this moment of time, in the present moment, the only place where the tragedy exists is in your mind.
Wow.
So if you take it off your mind through whatever form it is, if it's staying in your mind in the form of fear, if it's staying in your mind in a form of any kind of emotion, you need to get it out, because that's what people are going to catch and say, oh, it's still here. That's where the tragedy exists. So if you eliminate it out of your system, then you can just act normal, and when it's all circumstantial.
Right.
But at that point, no one can really point a finger and say, okay, you did this,
So earlier we were talking about how movies are not only an outlet for our life, but we can actually learn from them and can relate it to our real life. This is a good example, Swati, because taking the tragedy out, whatever that has happened in our past, and not replaying it or reliving it, and if we can take the tragedy out of our mind, that probably helps a lot of us, because I'm sure there's a scene that we either embarrassed ourselves
Right,
or put
definitely.
ourselves in a bad situation that we would like to erase.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the story tells like how we fight out of that kind of situation,
Okay.
how the family leads, and how the household father, like, he protects his daughter. And one sad thing is like he takes control of the law and order into his hand.
Oh.
And movie, I mean, like there is no faith in law and order. That's what it shows, because whoever is on the law side, they are going in the wrong direction.
Which could be true even here or any nation, the corruption exists. So
Right.
it might be, sometimes the stories might be.
But it was worthwhile to note that in the beginning of the movies, there were a couple of scenes and a couple of shots where they showed he was actually supportive of the law, and he was helping people.
Right.
He was a very nice man who believed in the law, and he actually helped individuals to bypass corrupt officials. And he respected the officials that were honest.
Right.
Yeah.
He showed all that until the tragedy befell on his family. Then he couldn't do anything. It was all about his family.
Right, the priorities. So he put the family first.
And he said that in the end of the movie, he wrapped up the movie also on that same note, that when something befalls your family, there is nothing right and there's nothing wrong. There's only what exists and what, keeping your family together.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Nice.
That kind of reminds me about the Bajrangi Bhaijan movie too,
Mm-hmm.
about taking law into your own hands when he's trying to
Right,
cross
right.
the border too.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, no, I need a permission. I need a permission.
Right, right.
So if you haven't watched Bajrangi Bhaijan, that's a movie to watch again. It's very highly emotional. It probably because it revolves around a child and the concept of religion and faith and the unison and at the end, it's not about any religion. It's about the true love and compassion for a person.
Right.
So when we take a movie out of a compassion or a love, everybody connects to it, and that's what happened with this movie. So if you want to watch that movie, that's a perfect
Definitely.
movie to watch.
Definitely.
Just carry some tissues with you because you might need it. Because I bawled throughout the movie.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Me too. Like,
Parimala and RJ, this is Srini.
yeah.
I also watched another movie. In fact, I not completely watched the movie. It's Anurag Kashyap's debut movie, Panch. Officially, it has not been released, but it is available on the YouTube.
Okay.
I strongly recommend to all the movie buffs to watch this great movie.
What is the movie
This
name?
movie is set in Bombay and Pune, and it revolves around the life of musicians, struggling artists, and then their lifestyle. And then it also has a twist. It happened. It's based on a real-time event of a serial murder of two musicians. So as the story moves on, progresses, the murder mystery is revealed. So far, I liked it. I almost watched 60% of the movie, and then it is a great way of storytelling by Anurag Kashyap. So if you are an Anurag Kashyap fan, I would strongly recommend all of you to watch Panch. This movie stars K.K. Menon, and the other artists are you find them as character artists in other TV shows and then other movies. I do not know their names, but this movie was produced by the erstwhile heroine Padmini Kolhapuri.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a great movie, and it's available on the YouTube.
So when you said the movie name, I just want to make sure I heard it right. Is it launch as in I'm launching a program, or is it punch as in punch five?
Punch as in five.
Five.
Punch
Okay.
five. Okay.
I remember old TV.
Hum Punch?
Hum Punch.
Hum Punch.
Hum Punch, old
Yeah.
TV series,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
With all 5 kids.
Yes,
Right,
yes.
right.
Yeah, even Vidya Balan was starring in one of the Hum Punch, right?
Yeah, okay. So Anurag Kashyap's Punch movie. So that's Ahalya, Anurag Kashyap's Punch, and some of the movies that we probably want to see. And there's a Sugarless Tea. It's an independent 20 minutes movie that's done by our local Dallas Indian who was raised here, one of my friend, and it's called Sugarless Tea. If you want me to, I can forward that to you. You can find it on Google. And it's about, and again, an Indian who's raised here and goes to India and then kind of goes same concept, and his wife is actually the editor and who drew the pictures because it has some of the variety of animation and non-animation to the movie. So the animation part was actually drawn by his wife.
Oh wow!
So that would be another one to watch.
Definitely watch.
So, anybody else? Any other movies that you would like to share? Who's online right now?
I want to add like one sentence to Bajrangi.
Okay.
A few weeks back when we reviewed, I missed that point. I want to specify that. So in the movie, when the kid happened to be like a Pakistani, so they find out while watching a cricket match.
Yes.
So at that time, when the kid is like Pakistani, all the family, they were like kind of worried, except small kid.
Yes.
The other kid he want to be like friends.
Yes.
Because I mean the
Kids don't know.
right, they were not corrupted.
Yes.
So they know what is good. I mean, they don't know what is good, what is bad, but they think in a positive way.
Positive way. That's a good point.
But the kid was really cute. It was the sweetest girl. They just perfect for that whole movie.
Oh my gosh, yes. She's so beautiful. She, to me, it felt like she was the heroine of the show more
I
than
think she
Karina.
carried the movie. She did carry the movie through because if you look at Salman Khan, I mean, he's good, but he's aging, now. He
Yes.
doesn't have that same charm he had a few years ago when I was maybe in my 10th grade and watching his first movie.
I disagree.
Swati, can you join with your video?
Say it again?
Can you please join with your video? I think your video is off now.
Oh yeah, my video, my camera is not on, but yes,
Oh, okay.
the Bajrangi Bhaijaan,
Sure.
it was a great experience. I saw it twice actually the same
Oh,
weekend
nice.
Yes.
for different reasons, and I felt the last part was a little bit of a drag and they could have avoided it, but I think they could have ended the movie perfect when they escorted the girl back to her home. And that's where I felt the movie should end. We didn't have to show those India-Pakistan borders,
Oh, yeah.
having the country come together for someone,
Yeah. And we also have Sridhar Siddha who joined us. So we wanted to say hi to him and see if he has any input.
Sridhar, can you please unmute?
If you're speaking.
I think he's Mission Impossible, right? Yes.
While he's unmuting his phone, I just wanted to say Salman Khan is my favorite hero. He has always been. I've been loyal to him in spite of all the news, controversial things that happen. I'm a
That is
pretty loyal
personal thing,
person.
yeah.
It's my views only, right? It's my views. So I thought he did a fabulous job being a hero for older girls and also for the younger ones and still carrying the movie. Anyway, I had to say that I couldn't let it go because I'm sitting in this platform chair. So Sridhar, can you unmute your line? Can you hear us?
I think Salman Khan should move on to a little bit of a big brother role or a father role now. He needs to stop doing lead roles.
You made Sridhar not to join because he doesn't like Salman Khan.
Oh, really? Oh, no. Come back. We change our mind. I take my opinion back.
And we love Tom Cruise, though.
Oh, yeah. We love Tom
Yeah.
Cruise.
Please join.
Look at the peacemaker here. So we'll wrap up this week.
Sure. Yeah.
And I hope you enjoyed this weekly Humaura, just a movie knowledge sharing by the Dallas movie buff folks. So please do join next time to same time, 11 a.m. on Saturdays, and we'd love to hear your opinions, and we'd love to go watch movies too, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And we've got a homework list of movies to or short films to watch also.
Ahalya, another short movie you mentioned.
Sugarless Tea,
Right.
and then Punch.
D mentioned.
Punch.
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 Yeah.
Hey,